from the Big Ten, the Purdue Boilermakers, taking on a team from the SEC, the Mississippi State Bulldogs. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer. Can't wait to get this started. And the Bulldogs about to kick it away and get this season started. The returner will field it and try to do some business. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. To the air on first down. He's going to take off. Creates a little space. And a nice pickup on the run and gets down to avoid contact.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
The Boilermakers moving quickly to the line. Now the play fake. Grab near the marker. It's Moore. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line. The Boilermakers look to keep this drive humming. From the gun, running back on the move. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Boilermakers! They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off.
And this quarterback really does a great job of seeing the defense, seeing what kind of coverage they're in. And I think when this offense goes empty and they spread the defense out, it just makes it so much more simple for the QB to see what the defense is doing pre-snap and then post-snap. You can tell he's playing in a great rhythm right now because he's seeing the field, and these empty sets are really helping him out.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. They'll leave it with him. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Looking for a man. It's Shapen. Lofts one high and deep. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Bringing it back. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0. Unleashes one deep. Oh, right through his hands. They came out attacking, wanted to impose their will, and they missed a big chance on that one.
Well, the offense taking a shot after getting the takeaway. They're in what's called the fringe area. It's not quite the red zone, but it's a good spot to throw posts, to throw goes, to throw deep corner routes, smash routes, and that's exactly what they were thinking that time. Just a little bit off on the throw. Nice play by the defense, but I love the aggressive nature that time by the O.
If you didn't have a headache before, you've got one on the way. The cowbell's ringing on this 3rd down in Starkville. From the gun, wants to pass. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. So they're going to send out the field goal unit to try a long one. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. No good. And the margin remains at 7 after the miss.
Man, sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Let's take just a minute and talk about Mississippi State. The only important expectations are the ones inside the program, but when you start the season on the outside of the rankings looking in, it can give you a little bit of an edge, can it?
Yeah, they want to prove to everybody they should have been ranked coming into this year. These players are angry. They feel like they're being disrespected, and they want to make a point to the entire college football world with a big win today.
Yeah, and you hear it all season, and you see it every year. The teams come out of nowhere, and they feel like they've got a lot of potential, a lot of high-ranked players on the squad, and they're going to put it together, and then they'll get themselves into those rankings.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up, you can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
Man, coaches talked about they want to get this running back involved early and often and create some momentum, and this is a great way to do it. Early in this football game, ripping off an explosive run, get the juices going, and I bet you he's going to get a few more touches today.
They've got the screen set up. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
Man, this guy's going to need some water when he gets to the sidelines. They've been putting him to work on this drive, right? We've seen him toting the rock with success. Now you're seeing him get involved in the passing game, too. They are highlighting his versatility here on this drive.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Guys, let's talk a little bit about Mississippi State. One of the big storylines coming into this year was the rising temperature of the coach's seat, and the process of cooling things off starts now.
All offseason, this coach has said the right things. I'm not worried about it. I'm not focused on it. I'm just worried about our team. But, David, let's be real. He's got to win games. There is an expectation at this program to win, and if he doesn't start fast this year, that hot seat's only going to get hot.
No, and then the chirping starts, and everybody's going to be talking about his job. The pressure builds, and then what happens? Sometimes you lose the locker room, so important to get off to a good start. Try to quiet some of those haters and some of those doubters.
Looking downfield on first down. Moves around to clear up the vision. Makes the grab. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Looking to fire. Dances away to buy time. He throws one to the left. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because...
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. Not sure exactly what led to that, whether the protection wasn't right or the quarterback just didn't see it, but the result was a negative play and a sack.
But one thing I do know is that quarterback had no chance to get that ball downfield. That pocket was breaking down. It was breaking down quickly. There were just too many bodies in that backfield for the QB to make anything happen.
Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. They'll move the wide receiver. Quick pass on the fly motion. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. The Bulldogs trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Looking downfield, it's Shapen. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
Man, this offense has been bad. How about the first play? Nowhere to go, nowhere to run, tackle for a loss. Second play, you get your quarterback sacked. And the third play, now we're sitting in 3rd and long, right where this defense.
He lost one down the sideline. Touchdown, Bulldogs! They went for it all, and it paid off with the score.
You know, sometimes as a play caller, you just don't have to overthink things. I've got a guy who's faster than your guys, and he's just going to run straight down the field. I'm going to throw it way down the field. He's going to make the catch, and we're going to score a touchdown, and that's pretty much what just happened there.
And he added the extra point. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. They're set to kick it off, and you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Picked off. What a play to set him up. He'll try to take it back. Touchdown, Mississippi State. This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone.
He made that look a lot easier than it is. When you break on a football, you got to see it and go at the perfect angle. The free safety leaves his spot, goes and gets it, and then does the hard part, takes it back to the house for 6.
And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Returner's going to try to see what he can get. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. One final play before the end of the quarter. Gives it on the option. Nice move to pick up yardage. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Rides the back on the option to give. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Defense dropping into soft coverage. Back to pass on 2nd down. Buys a little extra time. Now he'll turn and throw back to the right. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
I'll tell you what, to get home to the quarterback and force pressure while just rushing 3 allows your back end to cover so much space. Now you got 8 guys in coverage. It makes you really dynamic in the back end of your defense.
They make the tackle at the 33, and it is well short of the first down. And the Boilermakers will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Wants to bring it back. They'll open this drive and snap it from the 44. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, it's going to be hard to stop.
To the air. It's Shapen. Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs! They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them.
It hasn't taken taken very long this season to just see how scary this offense is. They wanted to be aggressive coming out to start this season, and you've seen that with the play calling on this drive. It does not take these guys with their speed.
Oh, they blocked the extra point. Now he can return this. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. So the kickoff team will come out after they turned in a score on that last drive. He'll bring it out. It's Jackson. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Going right to work up top. Finds his man. It's Tuggle. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Makes the grab on the left side. And he picks up a huge chunk of yards on that play before he's finally hauled down. So that big play changes the complexion of things. It's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Quarterback now breaking the field. He'll throw it. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
And that one's incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions, giving up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz, because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative...
Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
If I'm a play caller right here, I'm a little bit frustrated. And I say that because I can't take a sack here. A sack might take 3 off the board for me. I got to understand the situation. I got to get the ball out, try to make a play, but most importantly, don't make a negative play.
Unloads to the wideout. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Taking it the other way. That is a tough one to take. They had the interception, but it's taken away by the pass interference penalty. So it's 1st and 10 after that costly defensive penalty on 4th down. Got his man. Got some room headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Purdue! Made the grab and took it on in for the score. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. First snap of this drive comes from the 32. They'll run it to the right. They get him in the backfield, and he loses 3 on the play.
That's such a great physical play by the defense, because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys.
He's going to throw deep right side. Wide open, he makes the catch. Touchdown, Mississippi State. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Yeah, and that's simple, but it's not easy. It's a go route. Like that receiver's streaking straight down the outside of the field, and my job as a quarterback is to put that ball up in the air, keep it away from the safety. He does just that. Receiver comes down with the catch. Nice pitch, nice catch, touchdown.
Coming out with it, it's Jackson. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. These corners going to give them some space. Under fire. That's caught. It's Tuggle. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down. The Boilermakers want to move quickly.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo.
Oh, it's out! And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
As a defender, you dream about those big hits. You work hard on it in practice, closing space, getting close, and just sticking that guy and causing the fumble.
The give to the left. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Back to the ground game on the left. Maybe a 3-yard pickup there, 3rd and long coming up.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. You saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical.
He'll keep it himself. Got the first down. Looking for more. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. Mississippi State to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw, it's Shapen. Pressure coming. Trying to beat the D deep. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Returns it all the way back to the 23-yard line, and the defense gets a turnover. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. Quarterback adapting. Trying to escape and get it himself. They get him on the ground. Didn't see anything downfield, but made a little something out of it.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Flushed out of the pocket. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they built the lead.
Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. He was looking for a little more on that return, but he hands this offense a short field at the 35. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
We love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
And the Bulldogs can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. The give to the back. There he goes! Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
Dropping back, it's Shapen. Pocket breaking down. Nobody open. He just throws it away, and it'll bring up second down.
And I really like that decision by this quarterback. Listen, you've got a lot of downs here. It's 1st and goal. You're in scoring position. If you don't feel comfortable, throw that ball away. Live to fight another down.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Oh, they're after him. Now improvising.
Man, I love the decision-making right there. Like, drop back to pass, look for your shots. You don't see it, tuck it, get positive yards. Makes the next down even easier. That is a great heads-up early down play for this QB.
They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's 3rd and goal. Fighting his way for every inch, but he still needs a few more. He stops short of the goal line. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Timeout, Purdue. So the offense will try to punch it in here on 4th and goal from the 1. He'll pull it on the read. He's not going to get there. Stop short on 4th down.
Man, listen, we know this QB wants to take off. 4th down, go time, got to make a play. Defense locked in, dialed in, got to him, got him on the ground, didn't let him get to the sticks.
Got his man downfield. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down. The offense will quickly use a timeout. They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. And that is interception number 3 on the day.
Well, that's a huge moment here in the game at the end of the 1st half because the offense is trying to march down the field. They're trying to cut into the opponent's lead, but with that interception and with that return, the defense now, they've put their team in an opportunity to pad their lead with more points here at the end of the 1st half.
Motion from the wide receiver. To the air. It's Shapen. He hurls one deep down the left side. He makes a grab. And he will score. Touchdown Bulldogs.
Man, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. So see quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. He'll bring it out. It's Jackson. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Wants to throw on 1st down. The throw. Makes the catch. It's Tuggle. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. The Boilermakers will kick it away to start the 2nd half. And with that kickoff going out of bounds, they will get great field position to start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Motion from the wideout. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Touchdown, Mississippi State! And the route is on.
Now, a lot of times you see those receivers, as soon as they get by the DBs, you know, that hand goes straight up in the air. I got him. I got to step on him. He got to step on him. And the ball was thrown perfectly out in front. You can see he runs underneath it, gets it, and gets the long touchdown on the go route.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Navy is running away with this one. We haven't seen this type of giddy-up from Bill the GOAT in an awful long time. They're up by 15 over the Judicials. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. They'll start this drive going to the air. Got a man. It's McCoby. It's a seam wide open. Out to the 35-yard line and a little extra breathing room with that 15-yard pickup. They opened up this drive, getting all the way out to the 35, and now it's 1st down again. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Got enough for the 1st down and wants more. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks, I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle, nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Back to pass. This one's complete. He's out of bounds at the 38-yard line. The Boilermakers really need to keep this drive alive on third down. They'll try to power their way ahead. They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
And the Boilermakers will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. He'll try to do it himself. Bulldozes his way through. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening 1st and goal from the 9.
And this QB's really starting to show you something, isn't he? I mean, he's been hit a lot in the pocket, and I just like the toughness. At the end of the run here, he's not sliding because he's been banged up a little bit. Lowering the shoulder, getting the first down, taking some hits, but he's still competing.
He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
A nice job by the defense with the edges. They try the touch pass on 1st and goal. Nice job setting the edge, not letting him get outside, making the good tackle, forcing second down and goal.
Wants to go up top. He wants it all. And that one is picked off in the end zone. He's brought down. A short return, but the defense comes out on top with a pick.
It has just been that kind of day for this guy. 4 picks now thrown in this game. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. He just hasn't been throwing the football accurately. This is a game he would like to soon.
Looking deep down the right side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Well, this guy has had himself a day. Already over 100 yards receiving in the game, so no wonder the quarterback's looking his way, and no wonder the defense now has finally figured out they're trying to throw it to him. So we got to cover him. We got to knock balls down and force incompletions.
Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
Well, this defense is going to have to find a way to start mixing up their coverages. They're in a tough spot. They're down right now, so most people would think the opponent would be running the ball, but if you've had the success these guys have had throwing it, you're going to see more shot plays. You better change your looks up to try and get a takeaway to get back in this game.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Dropping back, it's Shapen. Fires to the wideout. It's incomplete and maybe a little too aggressive from this senior trying to fit that one in there. Now facing a 3rd and long. Wants to throw again. Here's the heat. Stands in and takes the hit. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
And this guy's showing off his hands again, understanding where the football's going. He breaks on the football so quick. And guess what? He makes plays when he breaks on it. That's 2 interceptions here through 3/4 of a football game.
And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
And protecting their quarterback is job number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as many as you want to put it up. They got to make sure they take care of him so he can make those plays. Defense wins this rep. They win up front, get to the quarterback, and get the sack.
On the run deep down the right side. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down. Trying to pick up a first down. Motion from the back. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Got his man out of the backfield. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on 4th down. Makes a catch, first down and maybe a lot more. Touchdown, Boilermakers! He got loose and it was lights out after that.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
This drive will open from the 15. Back to throw, it's Shapen. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Runs through a tackle. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Sometimes the timing of the screenplay, it takes a little bit of time to get some depth and a little bit of acting by the quarterback and the running back. Well, they didn't win an Oscar. Let's put it that way. Not good acting. That play went nowhere. The screen pass.
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. How in the world did the offense retain possession?
Well, the offense is able to avoid disaster right there. Problem is they fumbled it, but thankfully they were able to jump back on and not have a turnover.
Wide receiver going in motion. With jet sweep pass. They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be 4th down. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. At midfield, trying to turn it upfield. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Shoots it to the left. Just a little bit too much juice on that one as the freshman was taking a shot. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. Looking for room. It's Joyner. Oh, a lot of space. And he's got enough for a first down. Now to see if they have enough time to snap it again here in the 3rd. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Wants to go up top on first down. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. He's got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Purdue! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different, bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. The give to the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Let's take just a minute and talk about Mississippi State. Given the unrest surrounding this guy's future as the head coach, this would be a great way to get the season started.
Man, you want all the momentum you can get, and you want to quiet people down. You don't...
Lost one deep down the right side. Catch inside the 25. Touchdown, Bulldogs. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Well, I think this home environment was just too much for their opponents to handle. There's been unbelievable noise and energy. The crowd showed up today, but how about the playmaking on the field? These guys have got dudes all over the field, and this kind of win week 1 sends a statement and reverberates all across college football.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Jackson. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. To the air on first down. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock...
Ball's in the deep ball. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line.
You know, as the head coach of this team, this is one positive you're going to take away from this game, is that your players don't quit, and they're still willing to fight. There's obviously a lot of things.
And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
And there's no mystery as to why this team's losing today. They've given up 5 sacks. They cannot keep their quarterback upright. And you just saw another example of it right there. He has never been able to get into rhythm throwing the football.
Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
At this point in the game, in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here, because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
He makes a catch. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's first down at the 27. The Boilermakers have their offense in high gear. Looking downfield on first down. What a job to lay out and make the catch. The offense set for a first down play. He'll do it himself on the draw. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. Operating in the red zone here on second down. DB's right up on the receivers. Second down, he'll throw it. Here's the pressure. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the fourth quarter. So your best cover guys up.
Touchdown, Boilermakers! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Love the quick decision-making by the quarterback. It's not just who's the open guy and who am I throwing it to. It's also having that clock, David, in your head that says, if no one's open and I'm down near the red zone, I'm taking off now, and I'm using my athleticism, and I'm getting a score.
Yeah, you love the decision-making. I hate the defense. Why are we dropping back so far in the end zone? We got to keep eyes on this QB. We know he can take off. We know he can make plays. The field shrinks, man. You got to expect that's coming. Not very good defense.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Incomplete, thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm. Backed up now here, second and long. Scanning the field, it's Shapen. Fires one high and deep. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in a 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stopped. So the first play of the drive will come from the 43. Looking to throw on first down. Here he goes breaking the pocket. And that makes 5 interceptions in this one. The nightmare is alive. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Wide open spaces. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and this offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. Shakes off the defender. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want to do. Late in the ball game with the lead, establish the run, establish the physicality. And you know what helps? That clock up there, it continues to tick. So let's see if they choose to keep the ball on the ground and stay conservative and run that clock.
The Bulldogs lining up, just needing a few tough inches on third down. Gives it on the option. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5. He now has 85 yards rushing now here in week 1. A solid start to this new campaign. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Try to barge their way in. All things considered, he's probably lucky to be back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on 3rd here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Mississippi State.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point right down the boulevard is there now, up 20 in the 4th. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Looking for blockers. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a 1st down.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man.